High Vibe Tribe, what's good with y'all? Make everything be great. Y'all always on time. You are never late. You are always on time. You are never late. For these exclusive, essential, and electric broadcasts, aka Godcasts, because this is not the average podcast. Fuck what they were talking about when they were talking about it. Now, what I have in store for you all today. First of all, I just want to say, am I the only one that's been looking up at the sky like 607 lately? Especially when the sun out, nigga, like. Nah, for real though. I was just looking up at the clouds before I turned the camera on, man. I was just looking up at the clouds, man, because, you know, for neurodivergent people, you know, people with gifts and abilities, miraculous gifts and abilities, starseeds, light workers, chosen ones, you know, the gods and goddesses of this beautiful planet, you know, when you're someone like that, that is tapped in and tuned in, you know, for those of you that have reconnected to your true nature, you know, to nature, you know, yeah, we, you know, when you're someone like that, it's a lot of phenomena that takes place that other people may miss, you know, that other people do miss, but you, chosen one, starseed, light worker, they got guided, they got divinely guided to this video. You catch everything that everybody else miss. You pick up everything that everybody else don't catch on to. You feel me? You know, it's kind of like seeing what's unseen. You know, seeing, you know, what you cannot see with these two physical eyes, but what you can see, what you can sense with this one. Yeah. So, yeah, everything, like all the energies that's going on in the planet, you're very sensitive, you know, to everything that's going on. You feel me? You sensitive to energy. You sensitive, you know, very sensitive to energy. You know? To the energies of other people, the energies of animals, the whole entire everything that's around you. The whole universe, the cosmos, the whole entire planet. You know? Because it's alive. You gotta understand that. It's alive. So, you know, you can feel the heartbeat of the planet. You are the fucking heartbeat of the planet. You give life to the planet and the planet gives life to you. You feel me? You give life to the sun and the sun give life to you. You know? It's kind of like that, man. It's kind of like once you stop being afraid to sacrifice yourself and give yourself back to from which you came, that's when you really start living. That's when you stop. That's when, you know, fear no longer lives here, you know? That's when fear no longer lives here. You know, once you get to the point where you stop being afraid to give up and sacrifice certain things, whether it's a thing, a belief, a lifestyle, a habit, you know. It can be objects too. It can be people, you know. That's when you really start living, man. I just got on here to spread that message, man. You know, just some things I've been pondering on. You good? So, we're moving along. Yeah, but you probably one of those people that been looking up at the sky like 607 lately, for sure. Like, you know, I'm talking about like just completely amazed You know, it's a childlike wonder. You know, it's a curiosity. It's a, you know, inquisitiveness. Making inquiries about everything. Like you don't miss nothing. You feel me? You don't miss anything. You see all the signs. You recognize all the signs, all the synchronicities. You know, you got your own meaning to them at this point. You know, they don't, it's not, it's like angel numbers don't have the same meaning for everyone. You starting to realize stuff like that. You starting to see a sign in every little thing. Back to back to back, back to back to back. You seeing these signs back to back to back, all throughout the day. That you on the right track. You feel me? And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a big one. But yeah. So I was actually reading this book, y'all. I was reading this book right here. It's a pretty good book from what I've read. I just started reading it. But what I done read about it so far, it's pretty intriguing. So I decided I wanted to share it with you all. I want to share this little bit of information. So I'm gonna read. Oh snap! I would just so happen to sit. Y'all see, it's little shit like that. I just so happen to sit where where a whole colony of ants are. I was finna sit right here and start reading, y'all. See, it's little stuff like that. Y'all see what I be talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you know a lot of stuff. You know a lot of stuff that don't want nobody to know. You know a lot of stuff that, a lot of people don't know. You know a lot of stuff that everybody else don't know. Mm-hmm. You may be somebody that's like 607, like a channeler. You might not look like him. You might not look like him and make the faces he making, the way that he move. You might not move like that, but when you do, but you do. Channeling doesn't look the same for every person. It's like that guy, I think his name is Daniel. He channels that extraterrestrial being who calls himself Bashar. It's like that. Some of y'all look like that. Some of y'all do might, some of y'all might look like 607. Some of y'all might look like him channeling, but not everyone. Not for, it's, some people channel like Bashar, but at the same time, channeling don't look the same for everybody. I'm gonna say that. It might look the same for some individuals. It may look the same for some individuals. But everybody is different. Even tarot card readers are channelers. They're channeling. Sometimes some of them, they don't show their faces. There are a lot of them that never show that. I've never seen their faces. The tarot card readers I listen to, that I have been tuning in with, or tuned into, tapped in with since my journey started. Some of them, their faces I still haven't seen. It's 4 years, going on 4 years. So, but some people just, prefer to perfect. Some of us prefer to protect our privacy and stuff like that. It's kind of like a boundary. It's a boundary. And that's okay. You can, you can stay private. Like, you don't have to fucking, like, that's, if you ask me, it's what make them even more powerful. When you can't put a face on the voice, or the message. You feel me? Because they know how people are, Yeah. It get deep. It get deep, y'all. It get deep. It get deep. Because, you know, you can see somebody doing something like that, doing tarot card readings or channeling, or, you know, something like that, and you might not think that, you might, or even giving prophetic words and stuff like that. You might see those kind of people and think that they don't know what they're talking about. But, you know, it's not the message. It's not the message that is what it's not the message. The message isn't what rejects you, or the message isn't what you the message isn't what you reject. It's the person who giving the message. That's what a lot of people don't know. But you know, you starting to, you know, yeah. So, but for those of y'all that don't know, you know, it's not the message, it's the messenger that y'all shoot down. You feel me? And y'all gotta stop doing that. Y'all gotta stop doing that, man. Y'all gotta stop, you know, judging the book by its cover. You feel me? Cause somebody, you know, somebody could, anybody, you are everything and everything is you. Somebody can come into your life right now, today, right in this very moment, while you watching this video, and have a message for you, you know, or something that, some kind of information, you know. It can be through communication, or it can be an actual physical thing that they want to give you, you know. Either way, it's a message. They might not even say anything to you. They might just walk past you. It get that deep. Pay attention to pay attention to what people have on. Pay attention to what they doing. How they behaving, you know. What kind of clothes and what colors, and, you know, that's the kind of shit you gotta pay attention to. That's the kind of stuff that you gotta pay attention to. You feel me? The skin color so much doesn't matter, you know. That person sending you some kind of message. Everybody in your life, you gotta look at life like that, you know. Cause I know y'all be asking the divine, y'all be asking the divine for answers and signs and stuff like that, and then all day throughout the day, you just walk, you know, you walking right by them and missing them, like you're not even aware, like you don't see any of the signs. You being given signs and synchronicities literally from moment to moment, from moment to moment to motherfucking moment, you know. You're letting them just pass you by. If you're that gal or that guy, this is why stuff like meditation is so important, because it brings you to the present moment. You know, you can't see the signs because you're too in your head. You know, you're in your, yeah. That's what it is. You're in your head. You're not in the present moment because you're in your head. You know, that's riddled with doubts, worries, and fears, anxieties, and insecurities and stuff like that. You know, that's not even real. None of that shit is real. It's all really just fear. It's all just fear. You know, if it has anything to do with the mental and the psyche, you know, all mental dis-ease and, you know, psychological disorders come from fear. If that makes sense, that may make some sense to other people. To some of y'all, it's gonna make sense. To some of y'all, it's not. You know, I don't even know. I think I just might have did something. You know, that's just like a lot of the physical dis-ease and disorder come from food, but at the same time, it also comes from fear. Fear can literally it can either motivate you or destroy you. Fear is a powerful motivator for some people, but for others, it's a destroyer. You know, it destroys you from the inside out. You know, because it destroys you from the inside out, because, you know, without you even knowing, it's causing a lot of, you know, literally everything comes from fear. You know, your gluttony, anger, resentment, doubt, depression, you know, your worries. What's some more? I was trying to think of some emotions that's associated with the organs, but anyway, it all comes from fear, and all of that shit creates the disease. So the dis-ease and disorder, you know, it's not even the food all the time. It's not even the food all the time. It's just how you feel. It's not even the food all the time that makes you sick. It's how you feel that make you sick. You know? And again, that's something that you are highly aware of, you know? The true chosen ones that's watching this. For a lot of you, that's not gonna ring true just yet. For a lot of you, it's not gonna hit close to home just yet. You know, you might not. It might take a little longer for that to click, for stuff like that, for concepts like that to click. You know, for most of you, but it will. And if it doesn't in this lifetime, then it will the next. So, you know, don't even hold it against yourself. Don't even, you know, don't think about it too much. Hey. Okay, let me go ahead and read this. To y'all, man. That's enough gems for today. You feel me? I'm gonna drop some gems from this book though. So it was talking about this chemical in your brain, the creative acetylcholine, or acetylcholine. I'm just gonna say acetylcholine. Or acetylcholine. Hold on, I'm finna show y'all. I forgot I can. I love that I can turn the camera around on my new phone. Yeah, quality too. Quality on my phone now is much better than my last one. So, with that being said, yeah, acetylcholine. If you scored high on the Braver Man nature assessment, I think that's something that, because I opened the page up. I started reading from here. You know, actually, when I opened up the book, you know, I was intentionally opening it up to a random page to just start reading wherever it had opened up at, and it just so happened to open up to this, you know, number 94. Then I flipped back a page and I noticed it was the beginning of the chapter, so I just started right here. So, but yeah, the Braver Man nature assessment, that's something, I'm pretty sure that's something that may have been a little assessment or a little worksheet that they probably had in the first part of the book. You know, whatever that is for acetylcholine, your brain chemistry, if you scored high on that assessment for acetylcholine, your brain chemistry is dominated by this neurotransmitter, which is produced in the brain's parietal lobes. The parietal lobes are responsible for thinking functions such as comprehension of language, intelligence, language intelligence, and attention. In this chapter, you will learn about your acetylcholine nature and see how it affects all areas of your physical and mental health. More important, you will be able to point to some of the specific ailments you might be experiencing and learn how to correct them by addressing an acetylcholine deficiency. By doing so, you will be taking the first step to better health. All right, now moving on. People with an acetylcholine nature are adept at working with their senses and view the world in sensory terms. They are highly creative and open to new ideas. If you have an acetylcholine nature, you represent 17% of the world's population. You are a quick thinker who is constantly taking others into consideration. This nature is devoted to making something the best it can be, no matter how much effort it requires. And that's that's when it comes to people and like people and projects that you working on, or working with projects that you're working on and people that you're working with, you know, like if you were a mentor or something, or somebody like that. Uh, yeah, you are devoted to making something the best it can be, no matter how much effort it requires. Your flexibility, creativity, and impulsivity open you up to try anything as long as it offers the promise of excitement and introduces you to something new. You know, and see, a lot of you with this. If you I'm the same people who I was talking to at the beginning of the video. That's been looking up at the sky like 607. I just had to do that shit again. That should be so funny, bro. That should be so funny, because he probably not seeing nothing, but he might be seeing something though. But he probably not, more than likely not seeing shit. But the idea of what could he possibly be seeing is something just. I mean, you got to think about it. What the fuck could he be? You know what I'm saying? If he's seeing anything, what is it? You gotta ask yourself. Excuse me. Pardon me. So, yeah, those of you are the ones that's gonna resonate with what I'm reading about. All right. Because, yeah, I know if I do, then a lot of you are going to as well. You feel me? Because you are me and I am you. So, a balanced acetylcholine nature is intuitive and innovative. You take pleasure in anything involving words, ideas, and communication, and are able to share your enthusiasm with others. This nature makes for ideal counselors, mediators, think tank members, yoga and meditation instructors, religious leaders, and members of public service organizations. Brain speed that may be, you may or may not already be in that field. All right, in that area. You may or may not already be somebody who has one of these professions or work titles. Based upon brain speed impacts the creative function. So artists, writers, advertising professionals, and actors are all likely to be acetylcholine dominant. An educator with an acetylcholine nature will gravitate toward teaching art or literature. An accountant will gravitate towards specializing in forecasting and projections. A plumber might find himself teaching in trade school. If you are acetylcholine dominant, you're extremely sociable, even charismatic. You love meeting and greeting and making new friends. You come across to others as being authentic and grounded. Relationships come easily to you, and others find you charming. You invest a great deal in you invest a great deal of energy in all your relationships, at work, in the community, and at home, and feel that you are personally reaping the rewards. An eternal optimist, you envision the possibilities in everyone. You are attentive to the needs of your children and romantic with your significant other. You possess a unique ability to remember other people's feelings and reactions, which enables you to avoid hurting them. Thanks to your altruism and benevolence, you are quite popular with a broad range of people. I don't know if I hope the camera ain't been just right there this whole time I've been reading it, y'all, because I want y'all to kind of read it with me. I thought I was holding it up like this. Well, no. Yeah, my bad, y'all. If y'all didn't, wasn't reading along with nothing I just said. So, adventure is your hallmark. You are always open to trying new things and are not afraid of failure. Travel is exciting, yet you can also thrive by staying home and reading about the lives and experiences of others. And your quest for learning makes you interested in a variety of topics and adept at sharing your knowledge with others. The edge effect occurs when you've maximized your acetylcholine nature. These are the times when your thinking is crystal clear and you are formulating new ideas about the world around you. You might be creating something artistic, or you might be deeply involved in your spiritual practice, or perhaps you're motivating others to become the best they can be. Now, don't that sound like a lot of y'all right now? I don't want the video to. We gonna pick back up on this for sure. But don't that sound like a lot of y'all? You know, for those of y'all that resonate with, don't that sound like you? I know. Yeah. Like, bro, like if you a guy, if you one of the guys that resonate with, you're not scared to come out the house like this, are you? Nope, you're not. You're not scared to come out the house with some fucking pink and red flowers on your damn pants. You feel me? And a pink bandana on your head with a pink necklace on around your neck with a pink crystal on that motherfucker. You feel me? Out in public with no shirt off. I mean, with no shirt on. You feel me? With no shirt on at that. You feel me? Whether you got abs or not yet. You know, if you don't, I know watching and listening to me and watching my videos gonna motivate you to get up and get some damn abs. You feel me? Gonna get up and they're gonna make you get up, motivate you to get up and lose that damn big ass belly, if it's a big ass belly, you feel me? Or you know, and lose all that belly fat and to lose the damn beer bellies you got. Yeah, beer bellies, big ass beer belly, bubbly, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, big bubbly beer bellies. You know what I'm saying? Lose them motherfuckers. I'm gonna make you want to get up and lose them. You feel me? Yo. You know, it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some work. But that's what's required. You feel me? You're not gonna fucking see no results if you don't put in no work. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, a lot of you don't see that y'all got, like a lot of y'all might not have what it take to put in the work yet. You know, you may not see that you actually got what it take. You might not think you got what it take. I know you got what it take. You feel me? And I ain't never even seen you. I've never even met you. And I know you got what it take. You feel me? But yeah, that's the reason why you might not be putting in no work. You know, because you might not think it's going. You know what I'm saying? You might not, like, it's cosmic, because, you know, and for those of y'all that know, y'all know, but we don't say we crazy. We say we cosmic. We not crazy. We cosmic. You feel me? But it's cosmic because it's cosmic because we be the ones that shoot down our plans and our goals and stuff like that before we even like try to make an attempt. You know, like you might have a lot of goals. I know you got a lot of goals and aspirations and things you want to accomplish in life, you know, things you want to be known for, but you might think that whatever you do, like, you might have this limiting belief that no matter what you do, it's like you never gonna be able to make it happen, or it's like almost too good to be true. You think your own dreams too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? You don't even believe in your own dreams and goals and aspirations. You know, not only that, you don't think that you can actually obtain them or accomplish them or, you know, make them come true. You feel me? You don't believe in them enough. You don't believe in them enough to know that you can do what's need to be done, what's required, the work that's necessary to bring all that shit to you. You feel me? to create it, to make it happen, to make it to materialize it. You feel me? To make it to command it into fruition. You don't know that you can do that yet. You know. Some of you, like I say, but the select few of you that's been looking up. I forgot to bring ISIS out here, y'all. My big ass clear quartz. This about half my head. You feel me? That's how big it is. Half my head. You feel me? Not the size of my hand. But yo, okay, that's like my, the cup 607 Unk be having. That's like my 607 Unk cup. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I carry that motherfucker around everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? But look. So yeah, that's for those of you that's been doing that. Yeah, y'all the ones that's becoming more aware on these things, of these subtle things. Going back to when I was saying, y'all pick up on everything everybody else dropped or miss. You pick up on everything everybody else drop. You pick up everything everybody else drop. You feel me? Like all the gems that I'm dropping, all the gems that I be dropping, y'all pick them up. Where others, they might pick them up or catch them and then they put them down. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't use or that goes for anybody, any speaker, any person that's like me, influencer. You might initially pick them up or, catch them, but then you put them down or you drop them when you move forward on your journey after you get done listening. You might have to come back and watch a few videos. You know what I'm saying? It might take a few videos. You know what I'm saying? You might have to watch a few more videos to actually, for some of y'all it might just take the one, but some of y'all you might need to watch a few. You might need to hear me or whoever speak a few more times before you actually carry that fucking message on and use it, or that information on and use it in your daily life and apply it. Because it's not knowledge. It's not knowledge that is power. It's the application of the knowledge that is power. All right. So with that being said, in the meantime, in between time, y'all be brilliant, be blissful, be beautiful, be bold. Let go of all the lies you was told and watch everything you touch slowly but surely turn to gold. And I will catch y'all on the next episode. For sure. Yo. I love you, beautiful reflections. Y'all have a beautiful day. Ashe, namaste. All right. Oh, 22 Keys to Higher Consciousness out on Amazon now. The ebook by yours truly, flow like water.